at Slackers Podcast. We want good times to last at Slackers Podcast. We don't talk too fast, and if you don't like the way I talk, then you can lick my ass, 'cause I didn't ask. It's my fucking podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Slackers Podcast. This is the show where we tell you what it is, how it is, and where it is, baby. All right. I'm here with my friend Asante today. Really great guy. Got a lot of interesting thoughts. So it's going to be a really good one. Asante, you got anything you want to say to the people to say hello?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? This is Asante, also known as A-Sun. I'm a creative writer, rapper, poet, an author, and I recent graduate from the University of Tennessee, working on getting my PhD in neuroscience. So that's kind of what's going on in my life.
That's very exciting.
I hope y'all appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
But what were you saying? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just telling people like I hope they are blessed, because my main thing is ever since I talked to one of my teachers, my main thing has always been find peace, seek truth, spread love, and that's kind of what I live to every day. So that's kind of what you get to know about me on the first hand is Asante, aka A-Sun.
That's right, dude. I actually we met each other whenever we were both working at Chick-fil-A at PCB. Dude, I hated that place. What about you?
That was something.
Yeah,
man. You say you hate that place?
I didn't like it.
Bro, I hate that place too. Bro, no. Bro, see, my first thing, and I come into things pretty open-minded. So for me to just hate something, it's got to be a bad experience, bro. They didn't have windows.
No, they should.
So first thing is, bro, there was no natural light, so that already got me in a bad mood. And then it was just like the management was so uptight, things were not ran well, bro. That was, and I've worked at different Chick-fil-A's. Man, working at that Chick-fil-A on campus was horrible.
So you worked at more than one Chick-fil-A?
Yes, bro. I worked at different Chick-fil-A's, and it's not like that at the other Chick-fil-A's.
I've heard rumors that even the other one on campus at the student union is better.
Man, I've heard that too. I've heard that and it's crazy because they get so many more customers, bro. Their lines be out the door for real.
Oh yeah, well, I hated it when we were busy, dude. It was ridiculous sometimes, the amount of people that were just in line. You couldn't even walk through that building half the time on a Saturday.
The management was just so bad. That's what made everything else so bad. It did not run smoothly. The whole building was old, musty, moldy. So it was they honestly shouldn't even just put a Chick-fil-A in there. They really should have just put something like either a mini cafeteria in there, or man, I don't know. But that was not a good experience. I couldn't stand that Chick-fil-A.
Well, that whole building was rank. You're right. It was very they need to tear it down, dude. It was probably dangerous.
I honestly think they redoing it as we speak. I don't know, but if it's still like it is, then that's bad because that jump was ranked. That jump was nasty. Oh my god, bro! I did not hated that. Well, I had to get the money though.
Well, I'm excited because you said you think they're redoing it. I don't know what's going on campus. I haven't been there for the last 2 semesters, but I just got readmitted, dude.
Hey, that's love. Well, dude, what are you studying again, bro?
Advertising, man.
Hey, I feel you.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I feel like advertisement is practical. I really feel like advertising is basically very practical psychology, because that's really what you're doing. It's finding out how to appeal to people in very different ways, from different demographics and all that.
Well, yeah, it's like you got to design things for different media and the demographics. And you're right, there is a lot of psychology. It's just really cool, but I'm mostly interested in the creative side of it. But I've learned a lot
Like
about
the
like the
like
research and
design
shit
in
too.
it. Oh, okay. Let's look.
Yeah. But you said you're graduated. So what did you actually major in?
I double major in psychology and philosophy.
Oh, okay, okay. Which one did you like better?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, that's a hard question, bro. That's a hard question because I will say the content, the content of psychology, like interests me more. So I was in love with that. But the class dynamic and the way that philosophy was discussed was great because it was open discussion. People could like dive in, and it didn't feel like there were so many restrictions. However, it did feel like a lot of times we went over topics or went through different philosophers that I was like, man, okay, this philosophy is cool, but this philosopher is actually still kind of narrow minded. Like where basically it was on a time period or whatever. But and so the class like a lot of times we made like the information was like, I've already thought about this before. I've thought through this. And but psychology was like always interesting me. Like it was always something new. And so I might have to pick psychology because I mean that was my first choice. I just ended up getting the double major in philosophy because I had so many classes in it.
All right, cool. So one of my favorite classes I took was philosophy, and I just kind of want to know, do you have a favorite philosopher, like in particular, or like maybe like a
Oh,
group of
favorite.
them that like share like a zeitgeist or something?
I, I think my big two favorites are Leibniz and Spinoza. Because Leibniz had this worldview where he said there were like he basically said there were like three parts like to reality. One was the substantial level of reality where like he said he believed that minds like that a person's mind or could be their soul was the fundamental part of reality. And then he said there's a phenomenal level above that, which is how we see nature, the physical laws and everything, like such as gravity, whatever. And then he said there's the ideal of that's above the phenomenal, which is just like complete mathematical logic. And Leibniz actually, if like he's basically the influencer to basically get Newton, like to assist Newton in helping with calculus. So Leibniz could actually be said be the founder of calculus instead of Newton. A lot of people don't know that. But then and my other one was Spinoza. Spinoza is my one of my favorites because he had this worldview where he basically said God is just nature, that like we're all different forms of that nature, but nature in itself would be what he would ascribe God to be. And he was just that was like a rebel belief in his time period. Like bro was like exiled and everything. And I was like, man, he stayed true to that belief. And I feel it. I mean, shit, nature is a lot of shit, like damn near everything.
Yeah, dude, that's not
So
a
it was like
lie.
those, yeah, so those probably my biggest two is like Leibniz and Spinoza.
Well, we were going to talk about this later, but you kind of already dipped into it. Is that actually your understanding of the structure of reality? What was it? How do you pronounce it? Leibniz?
Um, not quite. See, like when I was learning about them, I was like, I felt in my being that damn, I was like, man, if Leibniz and Spinoza could come to some middle ground, I think they would have it at the most accurate that anybody could have had it at that time. And I kind of still think that for this time a little bit too. And so like mine is not just like Leibniz. Like I do agree with Spinoza that nature is the structure of reality. But like you could say, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean for nature to be a structure of reality? It's like saying like, of course, it's like saying that like basically stating the thing itself. So for me, I kind of feel like the structure of reality for me is the easiest way I feel like I can say it is that it's holistic, like it's infinitely holistic, but it's also infinite in dynamics, like in dynamism, where it's always changing, but no matter how it changes, it's always going to be connected to a source and processing into a source. And what I mean by that is like it's kind of it's it's like nature is the structure of reality, but that does not make anything that we as humans create, whether it be our minds, our consciousness, or technology, those things are not apart from nature. Those things are just different forms, just as we are a different form of nature.
Right. Yeah. That
And I
makes
feel that
total
with the
sense.
mind
Yeah.
as well, because I mean, like, yeah, we're all conscious, we all have minds, and it's like, and so it's like if our mind, you can even say if it's produced or generated by the brain, well, then it's still, the mind is still operating off of natural laws of physics and cosmological functions. So it's like, who's not to say that the mind is not interconnected with the whole natural system, whether it be a matrix or whether it be just nature itself, or whether it be or some people don't, you dive into mysticism and say the whole thing could be conscious or like panpsychic. It's like, that's not a, I don't think that's a false statement, but I think that's still one perspective of how the whole thing operates.
Okay. Word, dude.
So it's like a tech, yeah.
Oh
That's
no, you can
probably
keep
long
going,
winded.
dude. There's no problem.
It's like, man,
um,
it's like like
look,
sometimes I feel like sometimes people we feel like our mind, or what we would say our soul, whether those be one thing or separate, because I feel like nature allows for any one of those possibilities to be possible, and that's why you can have so many dynamic things. You can have a science, but you can also have language. You can also have art, and all these things can be used together and separately. So it's like nature just is like, man, anything possible is possible type shit. Whether it be your mind is connected with the whole shit, there's a God there, like, or it's just all particles. It's like each one of those could be possible. If we agree, if there's a theory out there called multiverse theory, where we have multiple universes, then why is there not a multi-network theory where each one of these multiple universes connects all the other universes in some kind of channel or some kind of mainframe? It's like, come on now.
actually, this kind of reminds me, like, you love this stuff, dude. Like, I could see it. I could hear it in your voice. You know, you've written an entire book about things like this. Did you write about that in particular in your book?
Yeah, I wrote about it. And I wrote about it on, and by the way, like, the book is 10 Dimensions of You. If y'all want to find it, it's on lulu.com, and you can type in 10 Dimensions of You, it'll pop up. And so that book, it does talk about a lot of these things, and it really hints on that interconnection, and that it's like there's a constant flow, whether it be the flow of time, whether it be the flow of like movement, or just be the flow of your daily life. In your daily life, you can see this universal connection and make light of it and use it as a tool, just as you use other tools in your life. And because the book is so the book is written in 10 chapters, but the chapters are pretty short. They're like basically 5 pages a chapter. And the book it came from a dream. Literally, I was like sleeping when I was living with my homie Dakota, and I woke up from the dream, and I was like, bro, I gotta tell you about this dream I had. And it was like I kept phase shifting through like different realities, but no matter where I phase shift, I knew like I was still Asante. No matter what my form was, I was still Asante through those phase shifting. And the dream was so vivid. And it was like, and when I woke up and I was like, bro, I gotta write a book about this. Just like, no matter what form, I'm still me, and I can like basically connect with myself and connect with the world, and basically learn more about it and myself while acting through it. And that's when I was like, oh, man, I gotta find a way to compress this. And I was just like, I was like, man, 10, like, it was like, if the people have talked about 10-dimensional cubes, maybe the brain is in 10 dimensions, or I'll watch some about Michio Kaku, 10 or 11 dimensions potentially. But then there are other physicists that say they could be anywhere from 27 to infinite, or no extra dimensions at all. But I just was like, man, I think I'm gonna work with the 10 and I'm gonna make it kind of simple. I'm gonna take you from nothing to everything. And so it kind of also I could show that if you were a person that felt like nothing was going right in life or that nothing had meaning, then even at that place, you can still find yourself, because nothing, no thing is still something, because nothing is still a thing that is distinct from something, anything, or everything. However, I did a description in the book where I said, imagine if you had if your friend bought you a canvas, a blank canvas, and then he opened it, gave it to you. He was like, bro, what's on this? You would say nothing. You would say nothing's on the canvas. You just brought me a blank canvas, so there's nothing on it.
Yeah, I'd be kind of confused.
Yeah. However, that blank canvas is the place where you can paint the most art. If it has something on it, it would probably limit your perception of how much art you could create. But a blank canvas has infinite potential of what you can paint on it. So if you're a person that feels like nothing has meaning, nothing is going right, that maybe you are nothing, that's the place where you can actually give yourself the most meaning.
Dude, that's so freaking cool.
You can find what you like.
I kind of want to.
That's like.
I kind of want to ask you, like, so you say like this book like just came to you, or not really the book, but like the ideas that you wanted to express, and then that's how you decided to write a book, right? So that's pretty cool. It's like a divine intervention or like some kind of mystical vision, and that's really cool that you actually ended up doing it. What's it like to like? So it's officially published, and what website are you working with to distribute it?
It's lulu.com.
Lulu?
They're self-publishing site. Yeah.
Okay, so
LU, almost like Hulu, but
okay. So it's kind of like the same thing, like with Anchor, like they let you. Did you have to pay to have it published? Like,
they kind of they get a percentage and everything. And it's like my thing was not more so about this when it came to the book, was not even really much about the money. It
oh
was
yeah,
like
no.
That I did Lulu just be like, if I did this, then I could make money from it. But I was not hindering to like just share the book or share the ideas that were inside the book. It was just, if I could make money from it, why not?
Yeah,
but
right.
Also it's like I wasn't too much a bad singer yet.
So
I feel like it was just a cool little service.
Well, it is super awesome, but what's it like to actually sit down and like write out a chapter in a book? Like, how long did it take you to plan this whole thing out, or did you just start writing?
Bro, so like, okay, so the moment I woke up from the dream, I immediately said the first thing I need to do, since I'm having this epiphany, is you use the maximum amount of that energy and that epiphany to plan out something to best get the book done in a way where I don't BS it, half-ass it, or not finish it at all. And so what I did was, I'm gonna say, bang, I'm gonna just hit the outline right here. I'm gonna just hit the outline. And when I did, I did that, and I was like, okay, bro, bet. I said, since the dream, I was phase shifting, and it's like I was phase shifting through different dimensions. And I was like, I'm gonna use the 10 dimensions, because I've been hearing things about 10-dimensional cubes, and maybe the brain is folded in 10 dimensions in 10-dimensional space-time. I was like, okay, bet. I said, I'm gonna make it 10 chapters then. I said, and as this is while I'm all like still talking with Dakota, and I'm still hype about the idea. It's still fresh off the mind. I said, I'm gonna just boom, write the 10 chapter. And I was like, okay. Chapter 1, boom, nothing. I'm gonna start from zero, like ground zero.
Right.
Nothing. And then so like, well, if there's nothing, and if you're the one perceiving this nothing, then the next option, number 2, has to be you. All right, I'm gonna go with you. And most of us, like collectively, all of us who are humans, and this is as an example, is that we all define ourselves as humans. So a lot of times, like, what are you at the base function? You at least come to us like that. You are human. You are living in this biological entity, or not in it, but as it. Um, and so I was like, next is gonna be human. Okay, human. Then like nature, soul, consciousness, life, time. And I was like, get all the way back up to, if I started at nothing, 10 has to be everything. So that was like the initial creation of the book, is that moment I had that epiphany when waking up. I immediately jotted down an outline. And it may not have been absolute at that time, but it gave me a very good starting point. And the outline is really what made it very tangible for me to create the book, because it's like it's not a long book at all. It's probably like around 60 something pages.
Well, I
But
mean, that's
and
still
but
super. I
that is
mean,
the longest.
yeah, that's probably the
Yeah, because
longest piece of writing you've ever
sometimes it's like,
written. Yeah.
yeah, because sometimes it's even hard to get them 10 pages done for school. So, and I did this book out of just like inspiration. There
That
was
is
no
super cool.
deadline besides the one I.
Like how you said you started from nothing and then you ended with everything in the last chapter. It reminds me of like the duality of like yin and yang, like alpha and omega type thing.
Yeah.
And it's just super cool. Like you see that everywhere. It's reflected in everything and nothing at
Yeah.
the same time.
I feel like, yeah, and I feel like it's a natural component. I mean, that it's everywhere because it is a thing of nature. I mean, we see trees everywhere, and so it's like just like how we have the sun and the moon,
Yeah,
push
man.
and pull of the time. Yeah, so it's like, so it's just like I feel like the way that we use that and the way that we apply it to our inner world and our outer world, we can basically create a good process to better either heal or to just function and create art.
Dude, I love having conversations with you. We used to hang out a little bit back in school, and you actually showed me part of your book. I was over there with you. I was probably picking up, to be honest. And we started watching TV, and like maybe we had a little whiskey. You showed me that book. I was going through a lot of fucking horrible shit back in that time period, and then like you were just a really good friend to me for a while. Like I was even on your podcast. I don't even think you ever put that one out. And you're actually
I still
oh, go ahead.
yeah, I just it felt I was like I was just like I felt short on podcasts around that time, just because, man, school was getting hectic, money was getting hectic. So I definitely feel you on those time periods. It's like the yearn create art was there. It's just the means and everything that was going on in social life was starting to like, yeah, I feel you on the rocky side of life at that point.
Right. But you're actually the one who told me about Anchor, because I was looking for a way to make this thing
Yeah.
happen. SoundCloud wasn't working anymore, because I hit the limit, and for me the sky's the limit. So SoundCloud wasn't going to work, and then I was thinking I might have to pay like a distro service, but then I was talking to you about even coming on, which we tried to do this like a while ago, and then Anchor still has some shit to work out. But you were the one who told me about Anchor, and it's worked perfectly, dude. So without you, this podcast wouldn't exist like it does right now.
Bro, honestly, that's still on you though. Like it's you did take the action, bro. But I feel like, bro, that's that energy, bro. It's like we can constantly, because this like interviews, right, is helping me right now to like get back in my artist thing and stuff, get stuff flowing. Like I've been like super down to do this conversation and this talk for a minute, bro.
Yeah,
and
man.
I appreciate the opportunity, as well as appreciate like being like helping create that, because that's one of my biggest things, bro. Is just being able to create something, like create art that inspires and honestly just made like feel good. It's already too much shit in the world that feel bad. So it's like when we create something that feels good, that's magic to me, honestly.
Hell yeah, man. And speaking of you and creating things, you're a pretty accomplished musician, dude. I remember when you dropped your song called Black Matter. That's like, I love the it's like a, oh, I can't think of the word. What am I trying? A double entendre. Uh, just
Yeah,
the title of that, and then like you're kind of a hella good rapper too, dude. Um,
appreciate it,
yeah,
man. I worked, bro. I'm not gonna lie, yo. Rapping is like rapping is like the polarized thing, the most polarizing thing that I do from like to me, honestly. Cause like truth be told, like I'm just like I'm an academic nerd, yo. I like reading and writing. Like I started just writing poetry, Shakespearean poetry. Like and it's like it wasn't even like like I wasn't putting stuff to beats. This was I was reading this in like the old European style voice, and then I don't know. It's just like turning that poetry into music and everything just seemed like something. And I was never just big on like being musically gifted, but I like it's the thing that I grinded at. I was really good at school and really good at academics. So sometimes it didn't feel challenging. But rapping feels like the most challenging thing to me because I constantly have to allow myself to feel, allow myself to tap into the flow. And wow, and it's like that's like a challenge for me as a person. Like I'm a very like sturdy, stable person, and like as a tourist or whatever. But tapping into that as music has been one of the biggest challenges. But I love it because it is challenging.
I totally know what you mean, dude. Like I've written, I've probably written damn near like 30 or 40 songs at this point, but it's all about, I got it. Yeah, man, on this guitar. But really, so do you go by a son on Spotify?
Yeah, a
Okay.
son. Yeah.
A son, sorry. Yeah, but so guys, if you
Thank
guys
you.
want to
Thank you.
listen to Black Matter and the rest of his music, look up A Son on Spotify. And I'll put the link in all the descriptions and stuff. And actually, you know what? Do you actually have the file for that song?
Do I have the file? Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to email that to me, and I'm actually just gonna play the full song at the end of the episode.
Bet.
Yeah,
Bet that's down.
that's gonna be a good way to end it off. But yeah, but we still got a ways to go. Um, let's
All
see
right,
here.
that's perfect.
Um, you actually wanted to talk to me about human evolution. This is one of the things that you suggested for this talk.
Bruh.
Yeah, man.
This is like, and because this is one of the things I'm so curious about, and it's like I just want to know people's perspective because I'm just like, and a lot of people think, a lot of people don't, you still don't like want to talk about evolution or whatever, but I'm like, it doesn't have to be that heavy of a topic. Like, it doesn't have to be so ground like breaking and like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be that taboo because in the sense of like when you talk about like human evolution, we could talk about it from the micro to the macro. A lot of times, macro evolution topics kind of throw people off guard. But I mean, like, we do micro evolutionary things all the time, bro. We know, bro, we have a thing called gene editing.
Yeah, that's what's crazy as hell
Like,
to
let
me,
that sit
dude.
in. Yeah,
Oh
we have a
shit.
thing called
Uh-oh.
gene editing. Not only do we have gene editing, we,
Hey, you still here, dude?
yo,
Hey, man. Yeah, sorry about that. I told you I got bad internet. Yeah, so um, but sorry, go back. You were just on gene editing.
yeah. And so it's like, when we let that set in for, yeah, it's like when we let that set in, that we as humans are consciously knowledgeable of how to edit genes. And then we get to the point where we realize now we have this thing called epigenetics. At some
Right.
right, so at some point we're going to realize like the way people live their daily lives, the way people choose to live their daily lives is gonna that is a type of that's a type of evolution, especially when we have done research to find it's obvious that we have evolution going on basically all the time. And then we get into the fact that like, well, what happens when humans get to a point when we start like choosing to modify our own genes and selecting which genes are on and off. So it makes me wonder, like, dang, how is this stuff gonna look when then people talk about, maybe we get more technological, or we begin to fuse with AI or just technology like cybernetics or whatever. And I'm just like,
Or like Elon Musk and Neuralink. Yeah.
right, right. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had my PhD right now, because if I did, I would apply to work for Neuralink.
Dude, is Neuralink one of his companies or is it? I don't know. I don't know. That's off topic.
Man, but I like, it is kind of like that kind of does play in like conscious evolution. Is you trying to put a device in people's head that allows them like to use their neural network to communicate with technology. Man, that's a type of human evolution, bro. I ain't never seen that before.
Dude, no, that's actually really cool. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be like Terminator. No, what you don't understand here is that AI is not conscious, uh, and it's not going to try to hurt us. Okay. And people don't understand that AI is being used to like teach Mario how to beat a level in like the first Mario game. Like that's what a neural network is. Um, I'm really interested in
Bro,
this stuff.
man,
Like people are so scared, but like there's no reason to be. Like if it could speed up the processing of information between the human brain and the outside world, uh, then we would jump forward like so much. We would advance so freaking much. And if he actually comes out with Neuralink, dude, I'll be first in line. I swear.
oh snap! I see you now. Um, Bro, I do agree with what you're saying. I fully do. Like, and it's like, cause especially on the part like the don't be afraid, bro. Cause the fear is the issue. Like, if we take in the fear with these nuanced technologies, ideas, and realities, then if we take it on with fear, then that's when we will use it in the wrong way.
Yeah,
If
man.
we can look at if we can look at it from a sense of care, from a sense of like understanding, then we can be like, okay, that's what that is. We can choose whether we want that or not, and how, and if we do, how do we use it? So like, and if we could do that, oh, I'm full for like all the technology advancement. Like, give it to us. Like, drop, because man, I'm wondering though, because like I was like applying to grad school. There was this one professor, and in his description, it said he researches the ability for a person to um consciously influence neuroplasticity.
Right. And what does that actually mean?
So neuroplasticity, the keyword neuroplasticity. So when you're young, when you're around the age of like 7 years old, your brain has excess amount of neurons, and the brain and that all those extra neurons can process so much information. That's neuroplasticity, like the ability for you to basically grow and develop neurons, and neurons to change so you can have new pathways and new understandings, new ways to learn. We have learned for a while, science has said neuroplasticity stops at like around age of 25. Well, we found that that's not true, that neuroplasticity continues to grow, continues to develop throughout our lifetimes, depending on how we live and if we grow and take on new information. And so this professor is saying that he's researching how a person can consciously influence neuroplasticity. Then we're talking about how a person can consciously rewire their own brain, whether that be through meditation. Different, we found that meditation can have the effects of basically bridging new neural connections, where you can learn things in new ways.
Dude, that's so freaking rad. Like, what? How would you? How would that actually be practical though? If you could just rewire your brain, uh, like, would that mean like for like a very concrete thing, like maybe a vocation, or would that be just for like a generally like living better, or what?
I think it incorporated a lot of those, and I think like in a fundamental and a practical way, it would be basically about habituation, association, and conditioning, where you basically attune your behavior to certain parameters. Whether it's like if you were if you wanted to, I guess, help your depression, like if you they say, oh, you have depression because you have a lack of dopamine and serotonin production. Well, that doesn't just require you to take a pill. There are other things you can do to produce serotonin and dopamine in ways. Things like exercise, and why I think one way is attuning your association. Find how you associate things. Like if your favorite color is blue, like what about blue? Maybe then you should you can go outside and go near areas, not that it's just blue, but have some meaning to it. They have some emotional attack, like have some emotional weight to it. So you can attune your association. So like if you're going for a long walk or you got to walk up some stairs, instead of being like, oh, I got to walk upstairs, I'm getting good exercise today.
It's really hard to be positive. Like,
Man. And it's like, but it's a process. You don't have to like rush it or ram it. Like you can take it step by step. And that's the way so your body and your mind gets adjusted to the change. A lot of times when we try to make drastic changes, then our body and minds have strong resistance to those changes. But if we do
yeah,
things
no joke, dude.
gradual, yeah, if we do things gradual, then we can slowly and steadily and actually more stably form new neural pathways, new connections, and have new behaviors that can shift us from one state to another. It's same for like how people kind of wean off certain addictions or whatever. You can supplement that, like, or how people kind of give incentivize themselves to do better at their work. Well, if I get this amount of work done today, then I can have this. If I can have this kind of meal, well, then you can also change your association to the type of meals you have. Like if you don't want to eat unhealthy fast food anymore, change the association you have. We do this with food. We call it an egg. We don't call it a chicken embryo. We changed our association to what the food was, so we will be enticed to eat it more.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But you talk about you just said the food thing. Like, dude, I've done this recently, where I was spending too much damn money eating out all the time. Uh, and I was like not happy with like my body was changing because I was eating fast food, dude. So what I did is I just like I bought a little bit of some food. Like I got the essentials, dude. I got cheese, bread, and milk, bruh, and like soup. So then like now I've got like a full fridge, dude, and like cabinets full of food, and I don't eat out at all anymore. And I'm
Oh
saving
yeah,
money, and my body looks better.
yeah,
And it took a little time, but then like you just said, I
it does.
gradually like, and now this is the way I live and eat my food now. And it seems silly, but it's really not.
Like one of the biggest ways that I think, and I learned this in high school in 10th grade, like about like kind of learning my own, attuning my own neural pathways and being able to consciously, consciously like I won't just use the word evolve, but kind of develop myself in different ways that I thought were more beneficial. Where I got tired of my alarm, bro, and I was like, and sometimes it wouldn't work, and I wake up late, and I'd be super late for things. So I was like, man, I remember our teacher told me, she was like, you can tell yourself what time to get up. So I was like, dang. I was like, she was like, if you tell it to yourself, you begin to wake up at the time you want to. So I started doing that. And I've been doing that since 10th grade. So I've become very good. And like I can tell myself what time to wake up. And I'll be like, Asante, wake up at 7:30. Asante, wake up at 7:30. But then that last one, I gotta be real myself. Asante, get your ass at 7:30. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, man.
yeah, and so like doing that for so long, like I'll probably start that around like 15. I'm 24 now. I'm good. Like sometimes I don't even have to say it. Or if I want to wake up at a time, I can like say it, like
You just
think
think
it very,
about it, like you just know
yeah,
you already got to wake up at a certain time.
yeah.
That's really interesting. Do you think that has to do with like your body just getting used to how much time has passed? Or do you think it has to do with like your circadian rhythm?
Bro, it could be a combination of a lot of those things, because the thing is like your body getting used to the passing of time. Well, then, like a lot of times, like I go to sleep at varying times, but it's probably in reference to the same amount of time. And also, and but it's also your body getting used to time is a part of your memory. It's a part of you thinking it as well. It's not that it's my mind overriding my body, but they're working in conjunction with each other. And so, like, my body and mind have a connected memory to where, like, okay, I've said get up at this time, and also I know that the time that I have to get up is essential. I've done this before, like, and so it's like it's all reinforcing it to make it a more stronger thing to happen, to make it more likely to happen that I wake up at that time if my body is used to it and my mind is enforcing it as well. When you can align your body and your mind with both, with the actions and your intentions that you want to do, it's more likely that you would accomplish that goal.
Yeah, man. Um, that's pretty crazy. Speaking of like being able to force things to happen, like with your mind.
Yeah.
Uh, have you ever heard about this app called Randonautica?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you're gonna love this shit. Okay, so it gives you coordinates of what are called like blind spots in society, based on an
Wow.
intention that you set within yourself. Like when you use this app, you select if you want to find a blind spot or like it, basically like you set an intention. Like I've never done this, but some people on the internet like they set their intention to like mystery or like a creepy vibe, or like
Yeah.
they want to find an animal, and then they'll like boop hit the button and then it gives them some coordinates I think it goes out to like a 20-mile radius from where you are right then. So some people like make whole days out of going out and rando nautica-ing. um, and then when you set your intention, more often than not you're going to find something that's related to the intention that you set. Now a lot of
Okay.
people think that it's just like self-fulfilling prophecy,
Me.
but a lot of people like have found like people have found like a body in a suitcase and like a bag of money and shit, dude. It's crazy.
That's that's
So what do you actually think about
that's
that?
some Black Mirror type shit.
It really,
I
really
mean, it's
is.
like some people say it's
You should
self
check the
fulfilling
app out,
prophecy.
dude.
Yeah, I might check it out, but if they I don't know what they're gonna make me go find. They make me like, cause my intention sometimes be like otherworldly, so they might, I don't know what they might, I might find some
You might
aliens.
find like a demon or like a ghost, dude.
Then I
But
ain't
yeah, it's
dealing with
called
a.
Rando Nautica. It's got like an owl, so you should definitely check that out.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna definitely look
Um,
into it if it's doing all that. But like, cause that's interesting. I'll make a whole show off of that. But uh, but damn, wait. So like some people say it's like a self fulfilling prophecy. I mean, at that point, like, could it also be law of attraction too? They put law of attraction to an app.
I mean, dude, I don't know how you can't program that in a computer, dude. So it's just
I
it's
would,
got to be mystical, or it's got to really just be like coincidences,
yeah, or
which
people are,
it
yeah,
seems like
people
it's
are, because if people are setting it up, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot to set up for an app. I don't even know how you get that many people to.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot. If that many people are on an app, and that many people are having like different experiences and stuff like that, for it to be a fraud, like damn, y'all went all the way for a fraud. Like actually, congratulations on that fraud and that hoax, because you put in work for that. But and on the
Yeah,
mystery,
that's so funny. Like someone like for example, like someone like lost their cat and they set their intention to find like a cat. They like this is not something that you type into the app. You just like think about it while you're using the app. And then the next thing they know, they like found a cat, not their cat, but they found a cat at that coordinates.
Hold on, bro. I might have to go and get this app and like channel $1 million in my mind and go find this.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, man, you should check that out. One more thing that you wanted to talk about was the processing of information in these trying times. Well, that kind of made me think about the election too.
Man, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot of it because the elections definitely have confusing information. COVID confusing information, and the social media, internet in general, confusing information. And so,
Yeah, man.
and in this time of information, that's what's really hindering us. We don't know how to process it. We always like we're so, and I'm not saying that linear processing of information is bad, like taking things point by point. No, I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually a very good thing. However, it's not the only way to process information. You can process information in chunks. You can process information forwards and backwards, up and down to up, inside out. You can process information around something. You can process information by its bits or by its whole components. And so when we realize that there are all different ways of different modes of processing information, we should try to find a means and a way to process that allows us to flow through perspectives while being able to use information from a perspective to another, regardless of it does it have different exchanges. And that can be difficult at some times. But the way that we do it is like allow the information side, like allow it in as it is. And before you start breaking it down, actually ask is this the correct information that I'm getting? Because when you start breaking something down, you could be breaking it down from not the information itself, but a misinterpretation of it. So you kind of have to clear up your interpretation before you start like breaking down information, regardless if you get it from another person, regardless if you get it from a website, or you get it from these presidents.
Right. But that's like, yeah, you say it's difficult. Because like you probably used to hear this term a lot, like in high school, like we're in a soundbite society, and it's really just about the headline or the 140 character tweet,
Man,
or like it and
I feel it. Yeah.
so it's very difficult to get a lot of information unless you as an individual go look for it. And what sucks is that like most individuals these days don't look any deeper than what they're presented with, uh, which is super dangerous because there's a lot of cool stuff out there, folks. And there's a lot of uncool stuff out there too that no one's aware of. No one's aware of at all. There's a reason, like just because the House and the Senate might vote on a bill, what you don't know is that bill also has some extra stuff in there too that's not in the news that's actually low key more important. You know what I mean?
Right. And I know exactly what you mean. It's so much, and then you don't know who you getting it from or where that person is getting it from. It's like everything is second hand. Right. It's so much.
Right.
And so like that's why I kind of think we have to be very like patient and also just be willing to like look from different perspectives. And you right, definitely right on being willing. Like people, you got definitely gotta be willing to look further than just that headline, yo. Because them headlines are just to make you like, I can't stand clickbait, G. I can't stand it. Because it's like,
oh, dude,
and it's like I feel the same way with science a lot of times. Even scientists be dropping like just shocking titles or grandiose like claims. When you if you actually read the methodologies or you actually read, it's like they not making the biggest statement as you thought they was making. and it's like,
No, man, no. And a lot of like researchers and stuff like to really blow themselves up too. But I mean, it is cool what a lot of researchers and like people, scientists do. But like, bro, it ain't that cool. um, it's really funny because when you talk about processing information, you got to know about, you got to look at content and then you got to look at intent.
ooh,
Um,
preach.
uh, yeah. And this dude, I literally saw this today. I was on Facebook and that big new game Cyberpunk is going to come
Yeah,
out soon, right? And everyone's all hype about it. And I made this joke on Facebook like 2 weeks ago. I was like, what if it never actually comes out? And then literally today, one of my friends' relatives posted an article from The Onion that said, "We have to come clean, gamers. Cyberpunk 2077 is a joke and it's not actually coming out." And he was so pissed off, but he didn't realize, he probably didn't even read the article,
from the
because if
onion,
he even
bro.
if he didn't know what the Onion was, like,
Yeah,
which is fair. Like if you just read an Onion article, it's pretty easy to look at the content and the intent, find out that it's
yeah,
a
it's the
joke.
tech. Yeah,
The Onion's not real. But he was pissed off and he got lied to, just by probably reading a headline, dude.
yeah, and that's like, yes, bro, yes, and that's why, like, exactly, perfect example is like why I was like, we gotta be patient, is because like that moment you read it, boom, his emotions got stirred, and he automatically, because the emotion got stirred over the information, he believed it without realizing that, they're being satirical. And so you have to, like,
Right.
if you're willing to like accept and take in certain information, you have to be willing to and to take it in its entirety, like process the whole thing, and then like, yo, is this what it is, and then start to like break it down, like, okay, they saying this, point A, point B, this is their propositions, this is their conclusions, is this shit valid or not? Let's see. Right. And I'm
Yeah, but
like,
that
I mean,
also gets into like understanding, like,
I
go
was about to
ahead.
say, I was really about to say, I mean, yeah, and it's like, shit, I feel like doing that shit a lot of times, but I try to keep that awareness that that's what I should be doing, so I can work in the process of mastering it. I'm aware of it, but I haven't mastered it.
Right. I think that's an important part of human evolution, dude.
Evolution.
Not to be a little cheeky, yeah, I say that, but it's true. It's true. Um, you always got to be trying to, um, enhance yourself and learn
I
and
mean,
become
that's
better.
what the shit. That's what the
So
shit doing itself.
that's
I
pretty cool.
mean, like, you keep growing, you keep learning. Like it's like, even if you didn't want to, you probably gonna learn something. Like, you literally growing each day, regardless. Like, shit is happening. You just can choose to be a catalyst to it or a virus.
Oh shit. Oh man. I've talked about coronavirus enough on this damn podcast. So I'm not talking about it today. All right, let's get to a couple fun things here. And then we'll close out the show. So, do you have any are you playing any cool video games recently or lately?
Bro. I'm like, I'm still like a old head in like the sense of the games that I play. I haven't really played any new games much. So like when I go to my homie house, we play a little of Mortal Kombat, and I was throwing hands in that. But I really be on my,
Oh,
but I really
yes,
be
I love
still on
Mortal
my
Kombat.
Naruto, my DBZ, and Call of Duty Titanfall. I'm trying to pick up. I'm trying to pick up Rocket League because my homies play Rocket League, so I've been trying to pick that up.
Dude, I could never. My first roommate in college, his name was Jarrett, and he would we had that stupid shared room shit going on, and like I couldn't sleep at night because he would be up until like 4 a.m. playing Rocket League, like less than a foot away from his fucking TV on his desk. Like, oh man, the early years of college are so unhealthy. But you said Dragon Ball, dude. I
Oh,
got
bro,
Dragon Ball Fighters. That
yes, bro.
game is
I'm not gonna
rad as
lie.
hell, dude.
I should have really got fighters when I really should have got it. That's where I be lacking at is when I see a game and I know I should get it, but I be like, maybe nah, I probably got the money, knowing I should just go and get it because I feel like I would have got cold at that game. And now I'm seeing it with all the other characters, like oh, they put Ultra Instinct in there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, his
He just
grab
came
is so
out, man.
wild. Yeah,
Master
I feel
Roshi
like
just
I've been
came
watching
out.
videos like in the Master Roshi. That man look low key cheating. He look low key cheating.
Well, I don't have all the DLC. I've got like the first DLC pack because I only really buy games when they come out on
And I'm
sale.
still
But I'm like you, like I kind of like
yeah,
playing my old
and
games anyway.
I'm teaching one of my homies how to play Naruto Storm. Cause like we actually like, cause in my friend group we got a lot of people who play Storm. It was like, bro, we low key need to do a tournament, and it's like, I know if I turn all the way up, I'm probably gonna win the tournament. But there's still good challenges, and like there's still good challenges. And if people train, oh nah, we could do a whole ass Storm tournament. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the game broken as hell, but I still play with the homies for the fun.
That's I never really could get into those uh the Naruto or the Dragon Ball games with the giant 3D fighting games because I like a good bit of Tekken and I like Soul Calibur, but those are more
Oh, bro,
like you're on the ground and you're closer together. But those Naruto and Dragon Ball
yeah,
games are crazy, man.
bro.
They break my brain. I
I'm
like a
not gonna
good
lie,
2D
like
fighter.
our homie Shaq been pulling up with the Soul Calibur. Man, I fuck with Soul Calibur so.
Oh, what a
Like
great game!
I was always been a Mitsurugi
It's so
main.
cool, dude.
And I fuck with Grow. I love using Talim, and I fucking hate when people pick Voldo. I can't stand Voldo, bro.
Bro, Voldo is
Bro,
creepy as hell. I always try Nightmare or Cervantes.
Bro, Cervantes is like the heart. Like he's the character that I know if somebody pick, I'm probably got to get bodied. I just don't know how to fight that man. I really just don't know how to fight. Like I can fight Nightmare.
I actually have the very. Oh,
Which one?
sorry. I actually have the very first Soul Calibur game on PS1. It's called Soul Blade. This is before it was even Soul Calibur, and like all the old characters are in it, dude. Cervantes, they're all in it, dude. And it's just like the graphics are terrible, but like the heart and soul of that whole series is right there.
Damn, you still got a PlayStation 1?
No, I got the PlayStation 1 Classic. I just download ROMs into it. But I also do have a real one too, but I don't have very many discs for it.
Damn, you still got the ancestors. Damn, that's crazy.
Dude, I got all kinds of old shit. I mean, I don't even want to list them off, dude. I've got pretty much everything. I don't have any Sega shit, which I'm working on that next, but I got most of the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of trying to decide, what are you going to do? Are you going to get a new Xbox or a PS5, or what? Are you just going to sit this one out?
See, if things go the way I plan, and I'm actually able to, drop a little funds like I need to, I would get both. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's like I would like to get both because, bro,
dude, they both look good, don't they?
I have like equal amount of friends on PlayStation and Xbox, G. And I've never been one of those console war like people. I'm just trying to play with the homies. But my homies, they like I got they split up in their own ways. So I'm just like, bro, I'm trying to whoop y'all ass in Halo over here, while I'm trying to like beat y'all ass in whatever game I'm playing on PlayStation.
Like. That's funny, dude. I want the PlayStation for the Spider-Man games, man.
Bro, I know. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. That Ratchet and Clank looks fire. Like the graphic.
Dude, that trailer. Yeah, man.
It
looks awesome
too. But I forgot like literally what the whole name was. Damn. It was a lot. Man, PlayStation did have some fire looking games. I'm not gonna lie. And my thing is, bro, I want to see what they're gonna hit out with these new horror games. Not that I'm gonna play the horror games, because I don't play horror games,
Phew.
bro. I can't,
they're gonna be too scary,
bro.
dude.
I can watch any horror movie. I can walk, bro. I've walked through pitch black streets in Memphis by myself with headphones in, but I
Damn, dude.
cannot play horror games, bro. I tried to play Outlast, bro. As soon as I got up inside the jail and as soon as they allowed me to have my own conscious movement in the game, I dropped the controller and said, "No, I'm good." And so when it comes to horror games, bro,
That game took a lot of willpower to get
bro,
through,
no,
dude.
I couldn't even get through the first 5 minutes, bro. I I just watch walkthroughs of horror games because they're like one of my favorite game genres. I love them so much, but I can't play them. I can't even play Resident Evil. But I'm super cold. Like if you want to play it and I'll watch, I promise you won't miss a thing. I know where all the hidden items and shit at. I know how you need to get the headshots. But I'm not putting my hands up. I'm not doing that.
That's hilarious, dude.
I just can't.
All right, last thing. What kind of TV are you watching right now?
Oh, I'm about to put y'all on. Me and my homie, we just broke out this show called Upload. It's on Amazon Prime. Let me give you a premise, no spoilers type shit. Imagine a world where basically you have our capitalism. However, even the afterlife is capitalized. So they learn how to upload consciousnesses to a heaven, to like a cloud. And basically, if you got the money, then you can pay to have your life extended and live in this like cloud version of a heaven. But it's definitely capitalized. So that's one of the shows.
Bro, that's so fucked up. That sounds like a cool show though.
Bro, it's like a Black Mirror, but the comedy is sweet. The comedy is it's like it's lighthearted, but it's so and the language is very on point, very on point. Another show.
Is it like is it live action?
Yeah, it's live action.
Cool.
Oh, okay. What's another show that I've been watching? Oh, Lovecraft Country. I finished season.
Dude, I want to watch that.
Bro, it's in there. It's in there. I ain't gonna lie. At first it was tripping me out, but I'm like, damn, why is so much different shit happening? I was feeling like that was hopping. I felt like for a moment that was hopping all over the place, but then I understood like how it was all connected and how like I was understanding how generational family magic was working on. Like I was understanding that, and so when I understood that, I was like, oh no, this show is amazing. They in the camera work, the storytelling is king, very king. It's like there's things like you might have to throw it back and be like, hold on, did they say that right? And I'm like, cause it's some hidden gems in that show, like for real. Lovecraft Country, Upload. I've been watching some shit. What else I've been watching?
I've really just been watching a lot of YouTube, man. I work so much that if I'm off work, I only have time to like watch YouTube videos instead, man. So I'm out of the loop on a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Right now I'm watching. Yeah, this is kind of cringy, but it's not. This isn't cringy, but the thing it's about is cringy. So, have you ever heard of Chris Chan?
Nah.
Okay, well he's an infamous internet person. Okay, he's basically he's like a rotund. He does have autism, and he invented this comic book that's a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu, and he's got like the intelligence of like a 10-year-old boy, but he's like 30 something, and basically he's been trolled on the internet by a bunch of people who've been very, very mean to him and shit. And dude, it's a saga, dude. But I'm watching a comprehensive history of Chris Chan. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's kind of a sad story, dude, because he does a lot of fucked up shit, and he's kind of not that great of a person. But then when you go back and look at like why he became this way, uh, it's because he was like putting out this Sonichu comic book when the internet like first came out, and so people made fucking fun of him and basically ruined his entire life. Like tricked him into sending nudes
Yeah.
and like just really like verbal abuse. Like it's disgusting, but it's so interesting.
Yeah.
It is sad, man.
Why people?
A lot of great memes came out of this
Why
guy.
people so judgmental?
Well, yeah, I agree.
This is,
But that's what
I
I've
don't
been
even
kind
know.
of going
I
through
don't
that
even know.
series.
That's just sad.
Yeah, man, it is super sad. Sorry to end it on a sad ass note. But anyways, guys, that was Slackers Podcast with Asante. Same last name as Beyonce, which is super cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
And definitely,
I was
go
like,
ahead.
this rap shit work out, or if it don't work out, man, if I wind up at a Beyonce concert, I'm throwing my ID on stage, and I'm like, Beyonce, let me get that feature, man.
It's meant to be.
I said, me and Jay-Z can rap some conscious shit, and then you can sing on the hook. Come on, come through, help a nigga out. I'm like, we basically related.
God, that would be so fun. But you basically are. Hey, everyone's related. But anyways, everybody please check out A-Sun on Spotify. Check out 10 Dimensions of You on lulu.com. I'll put it all in the description. And Asante, if you want to go ahead and dip out, I just got to do a couple ad reads. You got anything else you want to say?
Not really, bro. I was just like, appreciate you having me, bro. Appreciate the love. And just like, bro, I'm just glad to be like finally getting this and creating this art. And bro, I definitely want to hope we can collab on more stuff. And just like, bro, just keep shining, keep growing. Yeah. And
Oh,
to the
dude,
people,
for sure.
man, y'all stay blessed out there. And honestly, man, just be calm. And I know it's a lot of shit going on in the world, but let that shit pass. Let that shit flow down the river.
Oh, hey, yeah. One last thing, man. Hold on. Sorry to cut you off, but where are you getting your PhD? Where are you gonna go?
Oh, that is the hardest question. That's the question I haven't even decided for myself.
Oh shit,
bro, I can understand general relativity and quantum mechanics, but I cannot understand how to make this choice. I'm applying to UCLA, Colorado, Memphis because I'm here, and then UT because I graduated from there. You know, maybe they may hit me out with a little price or getting in type shit. But out of those, it's really out of those choices: UCLA, Colorado, Memphis, and Tennessee and UT Knox. And I haven't made a choice in my mind yet, but we're gonna see how that plays out. I'm gonna see what they say first, and then it's gonna be out one of those four choices, you know.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, I really do wish you the best of luck, and I hope you go to the place that fits you best, man.
Appreciate that.
Although it would be super rad if you just came back to Knoxville. But yeah, man, it's been really, really great. It's been super great having you on today, dude. It's always nice to talk to you. Yeah, man. You're super interesting. It's been so much fun. I love you, bro. So we're gonna have to link up and do something sometime. But my grandma actually lives out there near Memphis, so
for real.
Maybe when I go visit her, I'll visit you.
Yeah, come on, get this barbecue. You know what it is. Get the honey gold.
That's awesome. But anyways, man, I gotta wrap this up. So I gotta do my ad reads, which I'm sure you don't want to sit here and listen to. So I guess I'll see you later, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, peace out.
I'll definitely be checking it out, and I'll definitely be sharing you around.
All right, yeah, man. Thanks. Spread the love.
All right, bro.
All right. Wow, everybody. All right. That was Asante, dude. He's such a cool guy. I mean, as you heard, like he's very knowledgeable, he's very loquacious and verbose, and he knows what the fuck is up, man. He knows what's up. So that was such a great episode. Um, Guys, don't forget that we do have the clothing deal, man. Penrose Maximus. I'm actually wearing their hoodie right now, that Vaporwave DeLorean hoodie that I told you guys about. You might have seen it on the Instagram, on the gram. So if you want, check out their clothes. They got super cool designs. They came up with this anime girl t-shirt that I'm interested in. It's got like a cute generic anime chick on it with some Japanese writing that says achieve impossible. So go to penrose-maximus.com and use code Andrew10 at checkout for what I am still assuming is a 10% discount. All right. Now, for Audible. Okay. You're clearly into podcasts, so you definitely like listening to people talk instead of reading by yourself like a true slacker should. Audible has over 300 years worth of streamable audiobooks, dramatic performances, professional comedy, and lots more. Listeners of Slackers Podcast can get a free 30-day trial of Audible, and members get 1 credit per month to pick any title they'd like to hear and 2 Audible originals, plus access to publications like the New York Times. The Audible app is free, and it probably already came preloaded onto your smartphone anyway. Users can download titles to listen to them offline, much like you can do with podcasts, and even listen across devices without losing your spot. If you're too busy biting your toenails or watching TV to pick out a free audiobook for the month, there's no worries because all of your free title credits will roll over for a whole year, and all of that is so convenient for lazy sacks of shit like us slackers. With the announcement of the Dexter reboot coming next year, you know what? Next time, you know what? No, I'm not going to recommend Dexter this time. Let's see. I want to recommend, I hope they have the Halo titles on there. So look up Contact Harvest on Audible, man. Contact Harvest is the story of Sergeant Johnson on the planet. I believe it's called Harvest, where they're actually holding back rebels and like humans instead of fighting the Covenant or the Flood. It's a Halo book. I don't know who the hell would narrate that one. I don't know. I don't remember who the author is, dude, but I used to love reading those Halo books. So if they're on Audible, I hope they are. Now that I'm recommending it, definitely download Contact Harvest. It's a very cool Halo story, offers some backstory. So if there was ever a time when I didn't actually want you to slack off, you dirty degenerates, please visit audibletrial.com/slackerspodcast today to start your 30-day free trial of Audible. And I repeat, that is audibletrial.com/slackerspodcast today to start your 30-day free trial of Audible. If you do it, man, it'll really help me out. Thanks again for listening to the episode, you guys. You're beautiful and I love you. And now enjoy Black Matter by A-Sun.
Black lives, Black Matter. Moving too cautious. Niggas so toxic, throwing shade on my darkness. Why my skins with a target? That's why we ride at targets. Niggas turn into Spartans, then we turn into marksmen. Aim that laser red dot off the dome like headshot. Murder beat that's dead shot. Versus give you OBE. Ain't no nigga, code is me. Got the code you see, like zeros and ones. I rack up the funds while still having fun. It's news to me, the news you see, really confusing me. So hop out the box, fuck sitting in, don't listen to Fox. They pushing the rocks to rack up the stocks. Why you still dying by cops? Black lives. Why the fuck are we still dying by cops? Black Matter. This black thing a trend. Nothing but a means to an end. Get out the loop and the sin. Is it time to fight or time to amend? Tend to the wounds in our skin. Start the healing from within. Told our mind that our body was a sin. Break the condition and stuck here again. Black of the skin, the light of the body. Gave us a God, now we the new folly. White lies turning to white pills, that's why we tripping off Molly. Sorry, didn't mean to be racist. Got too much Kendrick and Cole on my playlist. Black Matter. Niggas so toxic, throwing shade on my darkness. Why my skins with a target? That's why we ride at targets. targets. Niggas turn into Spartans, then we turn into marksmen. Ain't that laser red dot off the dome like headshot. Murder beat that's dead shot. Versus give you OBE. Ain't no nigga cold as me. Got the code you see like zeros and ones. I rack up the funds while still having fun. It's news to me that the news you see really confusing me. So hop out the box, fucking in, don't listen to Fox. They pushing the rocks to rack up the stocks. Why you still dying by cops? Black lives. Why the fuck are we still dying by cops? Black matter. These are the thoughts that run through my head when Kendrick said, we gon' be alright. 50 stars on the flag, bet they'll be all white. Don't you worry, cause the sky is all black. When the time comes, we gon' get it all back. I can feel the culture shifting, vulture sniffing. Can't control the gifted. It's about time my soul is lifted. Right now we're living in an age of war. Blacks and whites trying to settle the score. None knows what is in store. If I can get in tune with a spiritual, maybe this lyrical turn to a miracle. All of my people be patient. Reincarnation of a new nation, stated in Revelations. No need for the speculation. Keep up the meditation. Turn this revelation to a rebel nation. Now we make a couple Haitians. Now we elevated. Now we on a new state. Now we on a new pace. No, we just really can't wait. Got a bus up, gang up, gun up, put your gun up. Now you wanna run up, gon' get shot while we running through your block, looking for the grind no clocks. And you know I got the stock. Ain't no millie, way too silly for you billies from the hills. Now we back couple meals. Now we got a couple thrills. You running up in towns, running up in riot. Ain't no pious, yeah, I'm being no fucking giant. So enormous that this storming. Hope this is your warning. Black man, moving too cautious. Niggas so toxic, throwing shade on my darkness. Why my sins for the target? That's why we ride at targets. Niggas turn into Spartans, then we turn into marksmen. Ain't that laser red dot off the dome like headshot. Murder beat that's dead shot. Versus give you OBE. Ain't no nigga cold as me. Got the code you see like zeros and ones. I rack up the funds while still having fun. It's news to me, the news you see really confusing me. So hop out the box, fucking in, don't listen to Fox. They pushing the rocks to rack up the stocks. Why you still dying by cops? Black lives. Why the fuck are we still dying by cops? Black matter. Black lives. Black matter. Black lives. Black matter.
Oh shit, guys, I almost forgot. Don't forget, we got to shout out the non-existent sponsors, man. Shout out to Raycon, shout out to the Cash App, shout out to the Flask Cap, and shout out to the Ass Flaps. Those aren't real. I made them up. I'd also like to shout out to Four Loko. Please sponsor my podcast and make me rich. All right.